Ever felt like you're doing everything right? The workouts, the smoothies, the detoxes, the healthy, clean eating. But no matter what, you're still feeling like crap in your body and in your energy. Here's the thing, you are not broken and you do not need another quick fix. You're actually caught in a trap that is keeping a lot of amazing smart women stuck in their health. If you want to know what it is and you want to break free from it, stay tuned.
Welcome to Embody Your Best Life.
You know what? Tell me if this resonates with you because this is actually where I was a while back. I did the 5 a.m. wake up to be productive. I got my workout in. I ended up bringing high intensity training. I wanted to jump on that whole 75 hard challenge. I did the detoxes. I did the even vegan, vegetarian, the clean eating. My friends even made fun of me that even if I was eating corn, I was like, I would find something to kind of use in the corn husks for my digestion because I really want a little bit psycho when it came to health because I was not feeling good in my body and I felt something was off. And for me to cut red meat and alcohol, for the people that know me, that's a big thing. And I did all that and I still felt like crap. I still felt like I was failing. I still felt like I was broken. And hey, I went to dietetic school. I was a dietitian and I knew all this knowledge, but all that knowledge was not working for my system, especially with what I wanted to create with my business, the mission I wanted to create as an impact, being an entrepreneur. Something was off and something had to change. And the turning point I had regarding that is I started deciding that instead of doing everything perfectly, because I was exhausted and burned out, I was honestly close to burning out and closing my business. I realized I had to shift something because if I was not able to feel great, it's not for me to fit the mold of what this healthy eating wave was. It's for me to understand how can I tune into my body, bring the things and the habits and the lifestyle and the eating and the fitness that makes my body feel better. And that's when I was like, hey, I feel better. I do better. And when I do better, my business is doing better. And that's what I'm going to be covering today for you. Because I truly believe, and this is what I create for the success for me and for my clients, it's not about doing more. It's not about doing it all. It's actually about doing small things better. It's not about controlling everything, like making sure your schedule and you have your, time blocks and you're putting alarms everywhere to remember to eat and to drink and all that. It's actually about reconnection. It's why are we putting more on our plate when our aim is to release and take things away from our plate? So you might be wondering, okay, what is this one thing holding back a lot of amazing, ambitious women? Here's the thing, ladies. The thing that is holding you back, yes, influencers, content coaches, we're seeing it does have an impact on us. But believing that you have to be perfect in your wellness plan to get results. Perfection creates this all or nothing thinking, doesn't it? If my whole day I didn't fit perfectly everything that I set up myself to do, we don't have like 3 things on our to-do list, we have like 20. Then as soon we're not able to create something or to shift something or to integrate our water, our green juices and our training and our meditation and our journaling and our gratitude, like, oh my God, there's so many things that we could do. We don't have to do it all. They're all examples. As soon as one thing shifts or one day you're not able to exercise or bring that workout in, or maybe you ate out burger and fries and having beer at night, you're like, okay, I failed. Let it go. I'm not worth it. I'm not strong enough. That whole guilt comes in. And that's the problem with perfectionism. When you're focusing on perfectionism, you don't give yourself that little deviation, little flexibility of being human. And we forget that connection. We are human beings living in a various environments, but there's always things that are going to be popping up that we need to have a fluidity. We need to have a little bit of freedom to be able to flow. But when you're not able to flow through things and you're forcing things in, it does not work. It's like fitting a circle inside a square. It doesn't fit. It's not for you to fit into something. It's for you to find what's going to be fitting you. And that allows that flexibility so that if there's a bit of a mishap today, okay, I'm human. Let me learn from it and move forward and not going in that whole negativity of saying, I'm worthless. I'm so stupid. I'm not smart enough. I'm not motivated enough. I'm not strong enough. What's wrong with me? And again, these are things that I used to have in my mind. And I'm sure these are things that you might be telling yourself every single day. And that just beats up on your confidence just because you missed one workout One workout in your whole life, this is what's going to do the all or nothing if you're worthy or not to stick to your plan. That's why perfectionism is a big, big issue for high ambitious women. I know you can get things done, but it's not about getting things done and doing a to-do list. Your health should not be a to-do list. Your health should be a meal list, a life list, a daily list, not 5 or 10 things I need to accomplish every day. Usually you're going to be putting 20. Is what are those core non-negotiables, core little ones, small habits that I'm going to be integrating to help me create that shift and help me realign my activities, my habits, my fitness, my eating, my everything, so that I don't just do it for a few weeks. This is something that I can say, you know what, I can do this for the long haul. And it doesn't take away time from your work, from your family, and from your social life. And before I move on, remember that perfectionism is often seen as discipline, as wow, this is amazing. But perfectionism is the quickest path to burning out. When it comes to healthy living, being confident in your day, being energized, it is not about forcing yourself to fit a mold. It's actually understanding what's going to work best with you. And it's creating that change from the inside out. So again, it's not about micromanaging and make sure we're hitting a certain number on the scale. That's an external thing. It's how can I create that shift on the inside, release that stress, that to-do list, that perfectionism, being able to flow through our day and maneuver it and put our head on our pillow at night saying, you know what? Today is a good day. I had some bumps, but today is a good day. And this is key for creating an amazing life, amazing confidence, amazing health. And it's not by being rigid, like I mentioned. So if you want a first step, here's the 3 steps I recommend all my high-performing, amazing women to focus on. And I really dive into that in my book. So if ever you're curious more about it, there's the link right below. Number 1, ditching the perfect day. There's no perfect day. You need to focus on what is a perfect day emotionally and not what is a perfect day food-wise, fitness-wise, perfectionist-wise. Number 2, you want to rewire your performance-based habits, which means we want to kind of drift away from measuring, portioning, calculating your steps, calculating your calories, calculating how many calories you're burning when you're working out. Instead of going for these external numbers to validate you, we really want to create a clean slate, especially that scale, that clean slate to tune in. Because how can you reconnect with yourself and reconnect with your body when you're always connecting to all these external numbers? Think about that. And number 3, you want to reignite body trust and confidence. And to reignite it, it's actually understanding that your body is always going to win. When you force it to do something, it's going to force back. So by understanding when you ditch the diet and the perfect day mentality, when you stop focusing on all that number to be able to tune in, that's when you're actually going to be understanding your intuition, listening into your hunger and your fullness signals, and understanding how to eat and move and rest for your unique body. So I'm giving you permission from a coach working in this for 23 years and working with 1,000 clients and having an amazing list of testimonials that sometimes like brings tears to my eyes when I read them. I'm giving you permission to believe, permission to understand, permission to release perfectionism. You are not doing anything wrong. You are just following probably a template, a way of eating, moving, self-care that number 1 does not work for you and your unique body. Number 2 makes you feel like crap because again, it's not made for you. If you have inflammation or thyroid issues or digestive issues, not everybody should be eating the same way. And number 3, thinking that you have to push hard enough, be better, be smarter, be perfect is the wrong way to go. When a plan is too hard to do and physically you are exhausted, it's your body telling you, this is not for me. If a plan is leaving you hungry and starving and craving, your body is telling you, this is not for me. There isn't one client I didn't create or co-create a health plan together that within 1 week, they're like, I feel amazing. You should be feeling amazing within 2 or 3 days of what you're implementing, not feeling worse. Not you need to detoxify and then you're going to feel better. No, you need to feel good from the beginning. It might get you out of your comfort zone. You might not be used to it. Probably I'm going to be recommending because I get people out of the conventional box of six-pack abs equals health. No, it doesn't. It's just six-pack abs. Let's be honest. So this is the thing. So I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission to trust your body. I'm giving you permission to release the to-do list. It doesn't mean letting go of focusing on taking care of your health, but I'm giving you the permission not to be perfect because honestly, reconnecting to your body is the cure. It's what's needed. It's not forcing more. This work, and I want to talk about my client, Jennifer. This is something that transformed her life. My client, Jennifer, was not able to say no to junk food. And I don't like using that term, but that might be a term that resonates with you. If she had burgers or fries or cookies or desserts at home or in the office, she could not have that food. It was like a must. So with her, when she started creating that shift of taking away from the perfectionism, because honestly, she was such a smart cookie in her business, but all that perfectionism, when it related to her health, it took a toll on her. So we actually stopped forcing and start tuning in, stop the perfection mindset, and actually went to the reconnection mindset. One big thing is she started shifting the way she saw food, the way she saw nourishing her body, the way she saw moving her body. She treated herself like she would treat if she had a 5-year-old kid. So much love and compassion. And the big breakthrough for her, and she was like in shock about it. At one point, she was like, I had a bad day. I'm stressed. I'm done with this. I'm exhausted. I'm going to order myself a pizza. And she ordered herself a pizza. Here's the thing. The pizza came and she had it in front of her. And then she's like, I don't feel like it. She's like, I was stressed. I needed to vent. By the time the pizza came, I was okay. So she took the pizza, put it back in the fridge, and made herself another meal that she knew her body was craving more. Not her emotional state, but her physical state. That is a breakthrough. Imagine ordering the pizza, nice and warm, and it smells amazing. And you're like, actually, no. She had that time until the pizza got delivered to do the process that we do to release that emotion, that stress, reconnect with the body, release the perfectionism. She did the exercises. And when the pizza came, she's like, you know what? Finally, I don't want it. I think she even like ended up like wrapping it up and freezing it just in whenever she wants a little pizza, and that's okay. Even if she had it, it's not the end of the world. We might sometimes eat these foods when we're stressed, but because we always worked on giving her permission, these foods are okay. Because I don't believe in bad or good food. I don't believe in junk food, even if I use that term once in a while because it resonates with people. But food is food. You have to see, is this something that my body needs or my emotion needs? Or is there something else I can do that is more healing and healthy for me? But if you want the pizza, go for it. There is nothing wrong with that. But if it's your go-to every single time when you're stressed, then we need to do some releasing, some venting exercises there so that when you have the pizza, you're enjoying the pizza and you're not just stuffing down the emotions, if you know what I'm speaking. So when she did that exercise for her, that was such a moment of a breakthrough. She's like, wow, She never thought giving herself permission to eat these foods whenever she felt like it. And then when it was there, she didn't have it. And that's a breakthrough by creating that shift of drifting away from perfectionism and building that relationship of reconnecting to your body. So before we end today's podcast and YouTube training, I want you to reclaim your health and reclaim your life. If you're watching this, comment right below, reclaim. Because you're reclaiming your life right now by saying, you know what, perfectionism hasn't helped anybody in their health. And if you're curious to know a little bit more, what is blocking you in terms of your energy leaks, your routines, or you're curious about one-on-one coaching, I'd recommend you to comment right below assessment. That's something I do inside a 15-minute call, or check the link as well to connect and book that free call. And I mentioned a lot in terms of reset, reignite, and rewire. If you're curious a little bit more, I also have the link right below if you're watching here on YouTube for my book, Reconnect. Already, people on it are seeing such amazing transformation. And one client even said, or can I say client? Somebody buys my book. I call them a client because, we're connecting. She's like, wow, she's like, what you're saying, I've never heard it being said that way. So I am 100% sure that if you read that book, there's going to be a few light bulb moments, and those light bulb moments might and will transform your life. So check the links right below. And again, don't hesitate to come and say hello over on Instagram, over on LinkedIn. I love to know who my audience members are. I love to know who my community is, because this is for you. This is to help you, your health and your energy. And if you're curious about another topic, just comment right below, and maybe it's going to be a next podcast training. So on that note, my name is Dina Marabi. I wish you a beautiful and a balanced day, and I'll catch you in the next episode.